Hi, welcome back to my channel. Oh yeah. Sorry, it's because like how am I gonna start? Oh, disregard what I just said. Well, yes, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Like and subscribe. That means a lot. And oh yes, so yes, we're gonna talk about this. So I feel like this is something that I don't know. I feel like this isn't talked about as much as I feel like it should be. I think because it stems from like something that has happened in people's lives, and I feel like, you know, nobody should feel like they're alone when it comes to this sort of thing, because naturally, like I said in my previous video, we are naturally human beings. I feel like we shouldn't be categorizing this as a bad thing, but I feel like it comes from somewhere within, and I feel like it could be anything, like anything that's happened in your life, and I feel like you shouldn't be feeling like this certain level extent because of shame isn't something that shouldn't be seen as a negative trait, but it's something that you can work on, um, steadily throughout your life. It doesn't have to be necessarily now, but you could be aware of it, but you could also like put implements to working on yourself to do better, especially when it comes to feeling shame about anything. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like one thing, like it could be anywhere of how you feel or what you do in life. You shouldn't be feeling so shamed by others or within yourself that you don't do anything at all, others judging you for what you are being shamed of or you're feeling ashamed of about. So I think that's one thing I wanted to clear out. But yeah, I did write down a little bit because I was trying to find this book. I highly recommend I will like put a picture, but I highly recommend this book by Brene Brown, I think that's her name. And she goes a little bit more about like this type of topic. But if anybody's curious, I recommend that book. Of course, reading and putting the work in, it will go a long way, of course, and of course if you want to seek like therapy or actual more, then that's always like a good thing to do as well, which I highly tell people a lot on this channel. Go for it if you feel like you need it in the long run, or start whenever you feel comfortable, of course, but like it's truly up to you how you want to do these things in life. It's truly your life, so you're in charge of how you heal in the end of the day. So what I was gonna say, okay, so I don't think shame is a negative thing. If I recall correctly, I did just say that right now. I feel like it's just something that has happened in your life, and I feel like don't let it prevent you from actually doing things that you enjoy. Like I said, it starts from any aspect in your life. You could be shamed for not wanting certain things in your life, or you could be shamed for not being like with your peers. You could be shamed about stuff that you enjoy, like you indulge in. You could be shamed, like I said, like it goes for everything. Like people will shame you for anything and everything above. So that's what I'm getting at. I feel like this is something like, that's why I feel like it's true, live your life. And it's easier said than done, but it really is like you have to live your life how you want to. Because if you listen to someone else's opinions and how they say things, or anything, then how are you gonna live your life? Like you have to think of that as well too. So there's that, and once you follow your own path, then everything just, it's like free falling, baby. So I wanted to give like I want to say examples because this shit actually happened to me. But like I'll give like some things that has happened in my life where I have felt shamed because of like not I wouldn't say trivial things, but stuff that's happened in my childhood where I have been shamed at or talked about with family members and, you know, people in my life that has done, you know, done this to me. But of course, like, I'm not no hate towards these people. It's just, you know, something that I feel wasn't good. You know, like, obviously, okay, so like I'll start. I think one thing I felt really ashamed of was when I had like really bad acne as a child, or like a preteen actually. And usually it will be like certain family members that will bring it up, and you know, they'll always be nitpicking at my face, my facial features, and like, gee, let's tell this 12-year-old, like, hey, like, you need to do something about this. And you know, like, you need to do something about that, because that is not pleasant to look at, you know, like, yeah, like, I'm over here minding my business, and when someone tells you that, which is a grown-ass adult, you're like, oh, you don't think this is something I am not insecure about, you know, this is something like I do know of. So so, you know, that's actually, that did happen to me as a child or teen, you know. But still, you know, like, it's something like I did feel ashamed about, was, you know, my features, and like having to have to really take care of it because of, you know, what they were saying, when, you know, I was just a preteen that was just going through puberty, and this is a natural thing that goes on, you know. But I digress. um, so here's another thing that has happened to me when I was like in middle school, and you know, like, this is very natural. Like, I feel like wanting to not experiment, like wanting to have, like, I guess, a relationship, but you know, like, you know, you're too young for, and you know, it's not gonna go anywhere, because you know, it's obviously your child. You know, I see as like preteens as child either way. I know I keep saying child, but like, yeah, that's fine. I know I wasn't like, and my mom, she was like, I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend in middle school. And I feel like this is a lot of people, like, a lot of parents are like this. Well, you know, to an extent, because I know some parents are like okay with it to a certain extent, you know. And, you know, my mom was one of them, where she's like, no, you can't date, you know, as a child. It's no go, like, not until like I'm older. Understandable. I went behind her back and still did it, right? I still did. And so, like, all I did was hold hands, a smooch. What else? I'm trying to think. That was pretty much it. Like, that's all I knew about dating. Like, did I, obviously, because I was like, what, 13, 14? I don't know. Like, I did not know shit about dating. So so it really was just simple things, you know. And then one day I was in the hallway, and I think I smooched him, and of course I got in trouble. Like, the principal. Damn, I'm not. Well, yeah, the principal did involve. Yes, the principal did get involved. They were like, oh, like, you, this is not allowed, no PDA, da da da. I'm like, okay, like, why are you making such a big deal about it? That's fine, like, you could just tell us go back to class, right? No, this guy went above and beyond. No, it was a lady, my bad. She went above and beyond, and she was like, no, like, I caught them in the hallway, PDA, and she tells, like, my science teacher, and he has this look of disgust. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, his face, he was so disgusted. I was like, bro, like, this shit is awful. Like, I remember feeling so, like, what the hell? Like, this is the worst thing to ever happen to 12-year-old me, right? So, like, I'm, like, over here, like, damn, okay? Like, I was like, okay, this is not, like, bad. No, it was bad. Okay, so, like, after that, like, my BF, I'm gonna just do this because, like, it's, like, you know, this is obviously, middle school. I don't really think this counts, but my first BF, right? And he hides in the restroom, because obviously he's not trying to get in trouble. What a charmer, right? A charming prince. Yeah, no shade to him. But So yeah, we go to the principal's office and she's like, I'm gonna have to call your parents. Yeah, guys, I know this is like for like a kiss in the hallway. Yeah, I know you're like a kiss in the hallway and you're in the principal's office, like not even for like anything, you know, anything grand, like Grand Central, right? No, like I was literally in the office. She told me she had to call my mom, and like, bro, I was like bawling in that, like I was like, no, please don't, like. So yeah, that was like already like the worst thing of my life, right? And so like after that, like I go and what was another thing? So yeah, that happens. Like I'm already heading home. The anxiety is already like off the roof. Of course I get punished, and so yeah, that happened. And of course, like all my family members were like talking around me, like, oh no, like she's something, right? And I'm like, oh, like she. So yeah, that just didn't help. Hey guys, so I did not know, like I had some I was not healed from that, okay, as you could clearly see. Or yeah, so obviously this really hurt. So that was that. So I did not how do you say, so yeah, I was pretty much like, my family members were like, they just gave me looks of like disbelief, and like they were like this is the worst thing a 12-year-old could have ever done in her life, right? That's how like I felt. So yeah, there's that to that. I think I was grounded for sure, but like I don't know, like I just remember like just like damn, like the feeling of just being like, I feel like this was just only like, not only me, but oh my god, oh my god, guys. Okay, I didn't mean to like come up in here and try to cry because I just feel like I was just really failed. But I digress, because you know, the only thing I can do is just heal from it. And I think for sure, like I feel like when I have my own, you know, kids, I feel like this is something I don't want them to go through. But like, oh, I did not, like, I thought I was okay from telling this story, but I feel like this was something like that was really deep within, and I just never healed from. But like clearly, you know, I'm gonna move on from this. I mean, I guess this would be a good outlet. This is a good outlet for me. Like I said, I don't want to hide like anything from my channel. Like for sure, I know, like I just want to be really honest on here. But I feel like this is, you know, something, you know, that has to be said. Like because like I feel like, I don't know if anybody else has experienced like anything from their childhood that has gone through, like, I wouldn't say to my level extent, but I feel like for sure, like I think I want to be honest, so y'all know, like, you know, you're not alone when it comes to like certain things in your life that you felt like you just weren't how do you say the word, I guess, you know, I want to say, I cannot think of the word for life. I mean, but in the end, like the whole thing is just, I just want to show like you're not alone. If you feel like something in your life that you felt really bad for, you're not alone. Like, so yeah, I just don't want to hide anything, and I feel like this is one of the things like I really don't talk about often, is my childhood. I think, yeah, I really don't. Like, I feel like, because I'm not saying like, oh my god, you have, like, I had the worst childhood, but like, of course, like, you know, there's some, to an extent of stuff in my life where like I do want to open up on here, like because I feel like maybe someone could relate, or you know, like I said, to show that y'all not alone when it comes to stuff as a child, or like yeah, as a child, you know, stuff that has happened to you. Like, okay, I think we could keep going. We could keep going, guys. I think everybody's like, girl. Okay, let me just clear the tears and then we'll keep going to the next, okay? So like I said, like, y'all are not alone. We're back and we're gonna keep going, okay? Like I said, I'm not gonna stop here. We're gonna keep going. So yes, I did get punished. I got suspended actually for 3 days, I think. Not long, but I was suspended for that. But yeah, like I said, like when it came to my family members, a lot of them looked at me with disbelief, or just looked at me like, oh, this girl is trouble. And you know, mind you, I was only like what, 12, like I'm saying, like I was in middle school, so this was going on. So yeah, that happened. Okay, so that was that. I'm trying to think. Okay, so next we have my weight. Okay, so first off, I'm okay with the weight I am. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't have nothing to say. I'm not a health guru. I'm not a health fitness, so I can't really give advice on this topic. But one thing for sure, I was about my weight. Yeah, it was very like common for me to get talked about my weight, especially because I'm short, and you know, short people get compressed, you know. So there's that. And I remember this was actually like when I was older. Yeah, so this was like, I don't know what year this was. I want to say like not too many years back, but this was like more like I'm more grown now, you know. I'm in my 20s, which I still am, but like early 20s maybe, I don't know. Like I just remember this correctly, that I went to my grandma's house and my cousin and my aunts were there, and I remember as I was there, they were like, my cousin remarked like, oh, you're so skinny, I wish I was your weight. And my aunt looked at me and she's like, oh, it's okay, because she's not gonna be like that forever when she has a kid. I was like, okay, girl. My bad for being my weight, right? Like, but my bad for being my weight. Like I don't think that like out of pocket comment, right, was very necessary. But you know, I have been, you know, it just, the comments don't seem genuine at all. You know, clearly, you know, when people comment on my weight, it's like, oh, I wish I was your weight. Like, okay, cool, right? Like, I'm like, you know, that's fine. Like, I know people want to be certain weight levels or weight types, or you know what I mean. Like, you want to be a certain level, and I'm like, okay, cool, but like, don't come at me because of my weight. You know, like, don't come at me because this is like I don't know, genetics, like shit. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, like Mariah Carey skinny girl. Like, no, like this is something I can't control. So like, this is another thing that's happened to me where like where I get like, I wouldn't even say complimented, pretty much I'll be shaded for my weight. So so there's that. But so yeah, this is another thing that's happened to me. So yeah. But yeah, that was that. And I remember telling my dad, and he was like, they said that. I was like, yes, girl. My dad, he's very outspoken, so I think he would have said something, but like obviously he wasn't there at the time. But he was just like, okay, like they're doing too much, and I agree. But yeah, that happened. Oh wait, okay, so what else? I forgot. Oh, I think also, like I said, like, you know, like I said, these are experiences that I have been through, clearly. I feel like another thing I was very like shamed about was not how do you say, oh, stuff I did enjoy, like, you know, anime. Like I do know like there's people that would get not upset but more like very like you're too old, or you know, you shouldn't be liking certain things, you know. And you know, there's stuff like, oh sorry, there's stuff like that. Like I feel like this is another thing, like being picked on for this. And yeah, this is still going on. Like I don't know how else to say this. Like this is a still thing that goes on, like where if you like something quote unquote meant for, you know, I don't know, I guess they will see this as for children when it's clearly not. Like I feel like from my personal experience, just don't let people tell you what you can't and can't watch, or what you can't like see as a media, like media form. It's your choice. Don't be feeling shamed for liking, you know, certain things for certain ages. Like, you know, I put air quotes because it's true. Like this is for everybody, not for, you know, a certain age level. I feel like this is for sure. Like just do what you want to, I mean, just watch what you want to watch, read what you want to read, you know. Let these people be bitter. Like I think that's for sure. Like let these people be bitter, because like in the end of the day, you're gonna be enjoying it, not them. So if anybody feels like this, trust, like just do what you want, you know, do what you want, like for sure. Because like I said, there's a Cat Williams quote and I'll put it right here, but
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
because he's so right. um I feel like don't give in to people that aren't even like happy within themselves. Like definitely don't do that. And like don't be feeling shamed for certain things that people tell you as well, because look at them and see, are they putting in the work for their life? Like are they doing stuff that is making their life better, or are they like, you have to, like, I know it sounds like a bitch thing to say, but like you gotta like you gotta see the bigger picture here, you know. Like you gotta see, like, well, what are they doing? Like are they improving their life? Are they the are they the Holy Spirit? Like, you know, like, you know. Like are they a saint themselves? Are they a certain, like, you know, I didn't know, like are they, you know, like it's stuff like that. You gotta really see the big picture. Are they a saint themselves, or are they a certain level of high achievement? Like are they like are they doing certain things that are building themselves up, or are they just, you know, the same, you know, like on a on a level of okay, you know, like. So like I said, don't give in to people that just aren't even putting the work for themselves, or trying to shame you, or feeling bitter towards you because they're not even doing it themselves. So like don't ever feel like, you know, that you can't do, you know, like these certain things in your life. Like I feel like that's for sure. Like I didn't know. You know, like I didn't know, like I was next to someone. Like it's stuff like that. You gotta see the bigger picture. Like are they doing the shit? Like are they doing them themselves, or are they just nitpicking at you for what? You know, like you gotta see it like that. Are they just doing it? Or are just here being bitter and then just shaming you and trying to nitpick at you for what? You know, like you gotta see it like that as well. Yeah. Sorry, it's just because it is true. Like these are losers. Like I know this sounds like I don't even know, like a mean thing to say. I don't think it is. I just feel like, because like why are they coming at you? Why are they telling you what you should or you should be doing? Like, do you see them doing it? No, then like don't be taking their like you know, don't be taking their words so extreme, you know. Like are they doing what, like I feel like it's just another insecurity for them, you know. It's just giving very insecure. Like, so don't be giving into these type of people, especially if it's something you enjoy or something that you do, a career you're going for, like, you know, things that you want to indulge in. But yeah, like this is your life at the end of the day. So don't be giving in to these type of losers. So yeah, that's another thing I want to point out. Hi guys, okay, I'm back. So yeah, I feel like for sure, like, don't let people, you know, make you feel like ashamed or like insecure over something that you enjoy, because, you know, in the day, it's still your life to live, not theirs. And, you know, most of the time it's their beliefs, their limited beliefs that they're projecting onto you, because, you know, they can't do it, so clearly they want to tell you can't do it. So, you know, just don't think of it as something that you should feel bad about. And of course, like, don't feel ashamed because of certain things you do in your life, especially if it's seen as not holy, you know, like not pure, you know, like, how do you say that? I feel like it's not a trend per se, but it's like, you know, certain things that we do are just naturally humans, and I feel like a lot of people get shamed of. And it's like, nobody is perfect, you know. That saying is very much, you know, grand, but it's true. Like, girl, like, you know, nobody is, you know, like, yeah, like, obviously these people are not saints, so like, I don't think they have the right to say what you can or cannot do, you know, like, especially when it comes to like you know, being like, oh my god, like, you need to be like this specific sort of lifestyle, or like there's certain things you can't do, or, you know, you're just genuinely you know, they point you out as you are doing something wrong, when clearly it's not you. Like, it's just, you know, something that they're projecting onto you. So, you know, don't take it so, like, you know, as I want to say serious, but don't take it so too extreme, you know, because in the end of the day, it's still your life. You get to do what you want to do with it. So don't feel shame for certain, you know, things you do in your life, lifestyle. You know, this goes for everything, you know, your sexual orientation, your preferences in people, you know, like stuff that you want to see in others, you know, like, you know, don't think you could settle for less because of what someone thinks they should settle for. You know, you settle for what you want, you know, you do what you want, in a sense, you know. Stuff like that. So like I said, this goes for everything. Like, when it comes to feeling shamed of, like, don't ever think like just don't give in to these people, don't give in to these things, you know, that people say to you, because it's you, you know, you're in charge of your life. You get to do what you want as you please. So don't let people judge you over something that they clearly aren't, like, even putting in the work in. So yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Against your own healing process. Of course, you start however you like, but as long as you start it, right? That's the whole journey of healing from. But yeah, like I said, guys, this is pretty much, you know, my experiences. I really don't have much more to say. If I do, I will come back and make another video of this topic. And like I said, if you have certain experiences, you can say down below, of course, like, or, you know, if you relate, you know, you could always comment down below as well. I don't mind, you know, I don't know if I was gonna go with that, but, you know, you could also, you know, comment. It's fine, you know, if your own experiences, you know. But yeah, like, this is pretty much it. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna be okay, like, for sure. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm gonna heal my own journey. Like I said, I wanted to, from the previous video, I want to heal, and I want to pick up my not my self-esteem, how do you, yeah, that too, but like, I feel like it could go way up, you know, like I said, the journey is within me right now. So yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. I really don't have much to say about, like, to thank y'all for still watching me, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. See you in the next video. Bye.